Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Mind, Body, Spirit Network's High Vibe Tribe interview and channel on YouTube. And we love to bring our gifted transformational coaches and leaders and healers that are members of the Mind, Body, Spirit Network. And today we have a pretty exceptional father-son team that we're interviewing, and we're going to introduce first Chief Harold Peck. Harold, please raise your hand. Harold is the father of this father-son team. That's Chief. And Harold is a recently retired 26-year U.S. Army warrant officer who did 5 deployments to, I forget, was it Iraq or Iran, Harold?
Iraq. Places.
Okay. A tropical paradise in the Middle East.
That's how you look at it, right?
So Harold is here to help people because he has overcome some numerous challenges, physical, emotional, mental, and it's no surprise when you spend, how many years was it in Iraq? Do you know the total amount of time there, Harold?
No, it was 5 deployments. Some of them, way less than a year. Some of them down to 3 months. The longest, 15 months. So
okay.
Yeah, so it would, probably 3 to 4 years total.
Okay. Thank you, God, for you. Thank you, Harold, for going through that. I'm sure it was not a picnic. I don't know that I would sign up for that at all. So thank you, Chief Harold Peck. And now we'd like to introduce...
Liz, thank you for having us.
What's that?
Thank you for having us on your show.
Oh, our pleasure. Are you kidding me? This is going to be a fun one. And then we'd like to introduce you to Harold's son, Philip, who is also known as Sarge. So we got Sergeant Philip here. And we have some pretty interesting information about Sarge. So Harold's son, Philip, was born with heart disease and had to tell about 2 heart attacks, 3 open heart surgeries, and several developmental challenges throughout his life. And I think his claim to fame is he's actually been dead at least twice. And I saw, Philip, I saw your, the news video about what you went through. I mean, what were you, 9 years old when that happened? Your first heart attack?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you see the light? Did you do the whole near-death thing? You go and see the light and you came back, or did you do any of that?
It's hard to say. It's all a big blur now.
Oh, it's a big blur.
Yeah, I just don't remember anything. All I remember was waking up in the hospital bed and watching TV.
Oh. Okay. So we'll get into more of that, but I wanted to at least give everyone the initial kind of lay of the land here with Chief and Sarge. And their mission is to keep moving forward and up. And they're both passionate about fitness, energy, music, travel, teaching, and having fun, capital F-U-N.
That's right.
So this father-son team is on a mission to turbo boost your life. And they do this by energizing and empowering you to create fun, capital F-U-N, fit, capital F-I-T, and joyful, F-U-L-L, lives now. That's what they're on a mission to do. And I think that both of them have had enough life experiences where they've kind of transcended suffering and death. And they're here to let you know that you can smile more and frown less.
That's it.
So we're going to ask them a few questions today and get to know them a little bit better and introduce you to how you can connect with them further. But I really want to kind of get to know how you two came together as a father-son team. I love this. Could you maybe share, Philip, tell us how, what's going on here with who decided let's team up, Dad, let's have fun and do something to, change the world.
It was when we were at a Jack Canfield. Oh yeah, we were at a Jack Canfield retreat in California, and while we were there, we decided that we would like to change the world. We would like to feel start feeling a lot of great things and start feeling like we have power over our lives each day, and not feel like we are taking over.
Yeah, exactly. That's where we were doing when I got out of the military. I got out of the military unexpectedly. I was medically retired, but when we've called each other business brothers for years. We love doing things together. We live here by ourselves in Florida, but we really didn't know specifically we were going to. We went to Jack Canfield, the guy that wrote the Chicken Soup for the Soul books, and we went to one of his retreats in California this year. It was a year of exploration, and I knew everything would kind of come to play when we went out there, and didn't know exactly what to expect, so I let go. I put a lot of things down and said, let's just go. And they let Philip come. And they let him come, and as the days unfolded there, it was just a few days, this unfolded. Like, literally just unfolded. It pretty much just came to us, like in the hotel room. Several things. Like I said, I'd want to do real estate, but some things happened in my life that turned me to what Philip was saying, to basically, we can't end suffering. We're not going to do that, right? We're not going to end problems on the earth. But everybody has something in common on this planet, and that is their life is a series of events. And so some of those events are what brought me down to where I was, and I came back out of it with some response techniques. And Philip, well, hell, he's already been through a lot. And what we noticed on both sides of the fence, his was different than mine, but they had similarities in that to get out of where we were or to rebound and get back up like this weeble wobble, get knocked down, get back up again. What caused some of your viewers will remember a weeble wobble, but that's why we keep it here, right? And so it really taught us resiliency, and that's what drives us in the morning, and that's how this kind of came together. I'm like, I went by Chief in the Army. I feel like I got my mission back. Sarge, because he always wanted to be in the Army. Actually, he would be in the Army if that was in the cards for him. But maybe if there's like 3 or 4 wars that break out, they might let him in. But with his heart, the shape that it is, and hearing aids and everything, they're just passing right now. So this is Sarge's mission as much as it is mine. And the reason being, he's younger than me, and we believe that a lot of what he knows already, just being 18 years old, it's not really being put out there for younger crowds. And the younger crowds, well, they got a long more time to live than I do, so they got a whole bunch more events ahead of them, and there's going to be things that happen. And again, when you get knocked down, right? So that's what we're doing. So we came together out there in California, and we knew it. You can feel it right here when something's right. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And we both, to be honest with you, it's not what we wanted to do because it's out of our comfort zone. We don't want to get on YouTube and do some of these things, but we know we really actually want to. We just have to put aside the fear of, failure and other things like that, basically the fear. So now we're using that fear as a catalyst. Like, that's what gets us going. We almost use it as a gauge. If we feel we want to do it, but we feel a little petrified or whatever about what we're trying to do, well, let's do it. It's that simple.
Nice. So, Sarge, you're only 18 right now, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
No, I was hoping I was right. He's 18. Okay.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. This is actually huge for kids to watch someone like you to go through what you've been through and still weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. That's the tagline for those, right? Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Yeah, you two weeblers.
Yeah, it takes some time. When I was 16, I changed really quick. When I was 16, I was super rebellious. I was completely against all religion. I was very rebellious back in the day, and rebellious. I hated everything, and just it was horrible. But then
You hated everything. That's interesting.
I was very loathsome, but then later on, I just started catching along with.
Well, I think, yeah, exactly. I think what if there's one thing that frustrates us, is being frustrated and not doing anything about something. That frustrates us. So we're solution oriented. So honestly, just to cut through the BS, we hear this all the time. Why don't they teach this in school? Why don't they teach this in school? And then, so that's just one piece of it. So what he's talking about with he got disgruntled or hated some things, a lot of it has to do with nutrition and fitness. The case, it is the freaking case at all, actually. A lot of people his age are not thinking the way he's thinking because he was kind of brought up to think that. So my point is, he doesn't go through a lot of mental suffering, and he definitely doesn't go through, nutrition overwhelming stuff. Why? Because he knows the difference and he knows what to do now. So stuff still happens. We're both wearing E plus R equals O band. So event will happen. And then, but everything he has learned is he has his own power in his response to the event. And I think that's good Lord Almighty, if I knew that when I was 18 years old. Just that simple freaking equation, not some crazy stuff, an algebraic question. I've never used that stuff since I got out of high school. But
what's on your wristband, you guys?
Yeah, we could throw it up when you put this up there, but it says E plus R equals O. And like I said, you can zoom this in if you want.
And what does that mean? E plus R equals O.
It's a simple formula we learned from Jack Canfield, the chicken soup dude. It means event plus response equals outcome.
Ah.
I said earlier, life's a series of events. This is an event right now, this interview, right?
Yep.
Things happen constantly. You get, a cold hamburger at the restaurant, whatever. There's a bunch of events that happen. What we have done in the past and what the majority of people do is they put the power in the event. Is that right? The event, it's the event's fault. I feel terrible. It's the cashier's fault that was mean to me, and now I'm in a bad mood.
Yep.
The weather's fault. It's the economy's fault. Well, here's the difference between Philip and a lot of others is not that he's better or something. He just knows this already. So he catches it, and you start catching it because you're developing a habit. So some things that we used to even say, like, that person makes me mad. We don't say it anymore. It's just not possible. I made myself mad. So for an 18-year-old to already be thinking that way, and not just thinking that way, living that way, this is a priceless equation. Event plus response equals outcome. What we're doing on this channel more than anything else, besides smiling more and frowning less, is giving the people back the power over their response. Because you can't change. That'd be like walking around complaining about gravity.
Yeah.
Nobody does that. So we're not doing that. We're going to instead, at some of these skits that we're doing on YouTube, that's exactly what we're talking about.
Cool.
He could have easily, when he was laying in the bed, listened to what everybody was telling him. He was going to be, lethargic, weak. I remember one doc said he was a lasagna noodle. That was it. He's probably going to be
that's a really good lasagna,
That is. But homeboy here can do more pull-ups than me, and he's got a defibrillator. So my point is this, right here. That's why, if Philip can get across just by being himself and putting some stuff out on the web, and as we get bigger and better, we'll do it bigger and better ways. But the point is, you can't tell me there's some kids out there that wouldn't like to know E plus R equals O versus X2 minus YZ equals whatever. I forgot. Right. This is it. It's a simple formula. We got bunches of formulas, but they're easy formulas.
I love that. So, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I'm just going to say it because I feel like I need to right now. It's great for kids. I wish I'd known this when I was a kid, for sure. I had some awareness, but I didn't have that much awareness.
Awesome.
But I do have come into the awareness that anything you want to blame and point outside of yourself, you're giving your power away. You're just giving it away. It's like, all right, my question to everyone out there is, do you really want to give your power away? Don't give it away. Stop giving it away.
No.
Start accepting responsibility for everything in your life. And then it becomes, comical. It's like, oh, wow, I did that. Wow, I traumatized myself. Good job.
Exactly.
Or whatever,
I like that.
So, all right. So I want to get to know you guys a little bit more, and I have a few questions for you. Then we'll come back around to what you're doing to help shift the consciousness of everybody, kind of throw the ripple out there in the pond and like affect change. That's what we're here to do. This is what the Mind, Body, Spirit Network is here to do, is to introduce you to different ideas. And if you're drawn to this video today, it's probably for a good reason. So stick around. Listen in to Chief and Sarge. All right. So I want to know, first of all, Philip, what are you curious about right now in the kind of the whole transformational thing? Like what's really kind of moving you? What's like magnifying you to something? What's the topic right now that you're really drawn to in this kind of realm?
I really like to go into it all, but it's that, and I really like to just feel better in general and not try to get into a rut. But all this transformational exercises, it really works for me, and it's really interesting. I love the feeling of energy, and
well, is that what you think starting to happen here with the energy? Do you think it's?
Yeah, when I first started meditating, I felt this energy, almost like vibrating energy. I'm like, what is this? I really wanted to look more into it.
What do you think about the energy, the whole transformational movement? What do you think is happening with the transformational movement?
Because we're all from other people.
Yeah, all of us combined. The Mind, Body, Spirit Network, what Liz is trying to do, what we're trying to do, what other people we watch try to do, Jack's trying to do. What is that? What about that makes you excited?
I think it makes me excited because, well, we're helping a lot of people out, getting out of whatever rut they're in. So
that's right. Who the hell don't want to come out of a rut, right?
Yeah, who the hell would not want to feel better? Don't feel great.
Yes.
As a kid again.
That is, and everything I read, he eventually reads at one point or another. And
wow.
It sounds oversimplified. That's right. He read Jughead comics and stuff like I did at his age too. But he also reads goodies that apply to life, like that you already know, Liz, and that is, how often do people ask themselves, "Am I feeling good right now? Am I feeling good right now?" Look, most of us don't think we have any. A lot of us don't think we have any control over that. Well, I feel terrible. That's because this happened. I believe what gets me excited is the same thing, that what if more people ask themselves more often, hey, what can I do to feel better? Not street drugs and stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. What can I do to get my thoughts, to get my emotions to feel this way? Who the hell doesn't want to feel good, right? That's what you're talking about. You want to get naturally out of the rut. That's why we talk about whole energy a lot, and that really, instead of looking for a short-term solution like a pill, patch, or a potion, right here.
Yeah.
That's it, right here.
Harold, you have tons of experience in the pill, passion, potion realm, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
When like I said, I got medically retired out of the military, and disability, the whole 9 yards. And after almost 3 decades and all those deployments and stuff, that the bottom line is my rucksack, my backpack was overloaded. No other way to say it.
Yeah.
It's overloaded. And like you said before, I could look at that now and say, well, I put the shit in there, right? But I think the biggest thing that I learned along the way over the last few years is that pills have got their place in society. I'm not saying they don't. Yeah. But I honestly believe that what I just said a while ago, we can find what we need from within, or from even with each other, right?
Yeah.
That I think a lot of us are looking for a short-term solution, like I was. Well, the pill's easier.
Yeah.
The pill's easier. The pill numbs things. The pill helps me, or whatever it may be. But and that's okay if it's got to get you through a rough patch. Do your thing, right? But I think long-term, all we got to do is think about what you were like when you were 4, 5, or 6 years old. Would you be chugging quad shot lattes and seeking some type of ephedrine pill to get energy and the next quick fix. And no, you're just having fun. You're trying to feel good on a daily basis.
Right.
So really, you're not doing anything that really shouldn't be done in the first place, and that is simplifying things and getting back to that joy that we were born with. And maybe that's what makes Philip Sarge, is the fact that he's been dead a couple of times, right? I haven't. I've been close to it, but whatever happened when he did, I don't know. It just seems magical. It really does. It seems magical what emanates from this kid. And
nice.
I really do believe. I mean, I live with him on a daily basis. There's times, I want to choke him for something or whatever.
Of course. Bratty kids.
But no, he's great. He's great. He's just awesome. And I want, as we do this more and more, we become both more comfortable and we want to connect with people. That's really it. If there's somebody that wants to connect with us, especially Philip, younger person or whatever, younger person connect with me. I'm wearing a smile shirt. Why not, right? But the point is, I don't really care. It doesn't matter where you're at. Trust me, we've both been in some really deep ruts, very dark ones, and for whatever reason, and it doesn't matter. You come out.
Yeah.
You can.
All right, so I want to share I love some of the episodes you've got here. I'd like you guys to maybe share a little about these, because I think we've got the gist of what you guys have been through to an extent, and it's more than enough challenges for anybody. But I love some of the name of your shows here, and I like that you're calling the Fun Life Show Presents. And one of them is Smile Your Problems Away. So why don't we just talk a little bit about what you mean by that, Harold, since you got your Smile It's Free shirt on.
Absolutely. I'll throw my 2 cents in and then I'll let Sarge say.
Okay, just briefly.
Yeah, briefly. What the hell's the point of the Smile Your Problems Away skit, right? So we get this all the time, and I even thought it for a long period, and that is that positive thinking or putting on a smiley face is just, what do you think? What would you put that?
It's smiling and putting positive thinking is like putting a smiling mask on over your face. It's your true feeling, your true form. Or maybe you've got some real problems in your life, but you're just trying to smile it away, and then on the outside you're very positive and vibrant. Yeah, on the inside you're really broken. And,
so what we got, the point of that skit in a nutshell is, hey, come on, cut the BS. There's still problems out there. We're not saying there aren't. But put yourself in that place of power, like you said earlier. It feels, the best thing about feeling confident or having clarity is the confidence that it provides. When you have more confidence, if you're like, yes, this is a thing that's happening, but I know I'm going to get through it. I know I will.
So it's your R. It's the R part of the equation, right?
That's right. It is the R, putting the power back in the response. And that's what we're driving home all day long. And that part is that, you could overdo anything. If you're just walking around, no, I don't have problems, but you can't pay your bills and stuff. Well, you need to have a reality check.
Okay, good point. What would you do with a reality check?
Something about it. That's it. And you're going to see, we're going to bring up simple words that are overused all the time, like commit, develop an action plan. That's overused all the time. People do, bogus New Year's Eve resolutions and stuff. What we're trying to do is take it back to what they were originally intended for. And that is make you feel better on a daily basis. It's that simple. I could come up with a bunch of other bullshit. That's it. Feel better on a daily basis.
All right, I got some more. I want to talk about some more of these other ones. All right, Philip, what's Introduction to Googly all about? Or is that your dad's thing?
Well, Googly is very much related to my grandma, who has recently passed. And we just did that for a little dedication, but also Googly, we are a very useful helper, honestly.
Yeah, my mom was a country bumpkin, and Philip knows. She was just sweet as all get out. She was way overweight. That's why she passed too soon. One reason we're doing what we're doing. And she had a lot of suffering in her life. I don't think she had to suffer as much as she did. But the first time I mentioned Google to her, she said, "Oh, you mean that googly thingy?"
Oh.
it was just cute because that was only like 10 years ago. It wasn't like, you know, back in the 80s or something.
Yeah.
You know? I was like, yes, Mom, the googly thing. But it's kind of
okay, so it's a tribute to your mom, the googly thing. I love that.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Essentially. So yeah, see, and matter of fact, you can't see it here in this studio, but while we're not in here, it plays classical music. We have Google Homes all over the house, but this one in particular plays classical music because that's what, even though she's a country bumpkin, she listens to Beethoven and Bach and stuff.
Oh.
And we play it nonstop in here. It kind of brings a good atmosphere, and then we come in and do our thing. I rub his head. And
nice.
we're good.
Okay, so just FYI, I know you know a little bit about this, Harold, because I've shared it, but I study consciousness, and classical music is of the highest consciousness. You can't get any higher. So if you want some good mojo in your life, you listen to classical music, and most of us are like, resist it. But when you get that the energy of it is, you know, your whole energy now, if you're serious about whole energy now, that type of music is in alignment with higher frequencies. So just, you're already intuitively going there by honoring your mom. And she's helping you. She's like, all right, you whole energy now, boys, listen to my music. I'm going to help you out.
That's right. Less gangster rap, more classical.
Yeah, the gangster thing is, you know, it may be fun to listen to, but the vibe is not good at all. It's a toilet bowl.
That's right.
No offense to the vibe, you know.
I
you want to listen to that. It's kind of it's a downer vibe. If you feel like killing yourself after listening to that too much, that could be why. No offense to everyone listening, you know. All right, so I love this one. How to brush your teeth and change your life. That's a catcher. How am I going to do that, you guys? How am I going to brush my teeth and change my life?
Well, you should be brushing your teeth on a daily basis, and you don't need a doctor's degree to figure that out. If you're already at the sink brushing your teeth, I can tell you right now, almost everybody watching this video does the same thing. I'm not saying everybody, it's a broad stroke. But the point is, for years on end, we brush our teeth with no intention at all. It's just a check the block, many check the blocks throughout the day. So if you're already at the sink and it's first thing in the morning, sometime in the morning, why not like turbocharge? That's what I say on there, but why not make the best of it? And we believe the thing that got me out of the hole, when I say I was in a hole, I mean I was in a freaking hole of a hole. That's how big it was a hole. The best thing, and the first time somebody told me, I was like, bullshit, but it was gratitude more than anything else. And so it's the first thing we do in the morning is focus on gratitude. Well, you know where your energy flows, your focus goes, right? So if you're constantly putting energy or your focus into stressing about the day ahead or things that went wrong, or I'm going to screw up this meeting, or why do I have a crappy ass job? Well, honestly, that's a big deal. That's reality for most people. Maybe they don't like the job, they don't like the situation that they're in, or their life's events. Well, before you get to all of that, you're going to get to that. Before you get there, you're already at the sink. Take it from a guy who hasn't had a sink on numerous freaking deployments. When you have a sink, you can start right there by saying, I got running water. It's not brown. One of them is actually temperature controlled. This is pretty freaking cool. And just go from there. I'm in a house. I've got a kid. I've got this. I've got that. I feel okay. I'm on my deathbed. You know, if you're brushing your teeth, you're probably not on your deathbed, right? Or whatever. But the point is, I think that it's just another series of events throughout the day that we overlook. And I'm not going to get too deep into the mindful end, but that's really all it is, brushing your teeth mindful. It really focusing on gratitude. And literally you could do it while you're washing dishes. You could do it there if you wash dishes. But
I love that. It's a simple challenge to our audience. And I actually took this challenge today for myself, you guys. I'll have to say, it's no coincidence that we're here talking about this. But I decided this morning I could get up and do the routine, go through the pattern, and I want things to change. I'm like, it ain't going to change if I get up and do this again today. So I got up today and I wrote down like 100 affirmations. I'm like, I'm just going to write this down. I did 3 pages of it. I meditated.
Jeez.
I stopped.
Wow.
I used some of the tools I have. I'm like, you know what? I'm doing this today. And just like you,
Yes.
we're inviting the audience today to, when you're brushing your teeth, you can say, I don't need to give the lower part of me the attention right now. I do not need to give that. There's a higher part of every one of us that you can say, you know what I love right now? Find something to love. It's huge. Love is a very high vibe. What do I love right now? And don't try to love something you can't. Like if you feel like you should love your husband right now and you can't, don't. Find something easy to love. Like, oh my God, I love the hot fudge sundae that I just made last night for myself. No judgment, no shame about anything. Love what you love. Like when I went through trauma, and Harold and you guys have gone through this, I had a hard time loving anything. So I said, what can I love right now? What can I love easily and not feel? And the easiest thing for me to love was newborn babies and my dogs. And I had a very hard time loving humans. I had a hard time loving humanity. And Harold, you may have felt the same thing. And I'm like, you know what? I got to start with where is it easy to love? And then when I'm brushing my teeth now, I'm going to think of you guys for sure. I'm like, what do I love? I want everyone in the audience. What do you love right now while you're brushing your teeth, smiling? So I love that. I love the simplicity of the brushing your teeth and finding.
And when you were done doing it, did you feel worse?
No, I felt like I didn't want to work the rest of the day. I'm like, I don't need to work. I'm going to go have fun. I'm going to have an interview with Harold and his son today. That's all I need to do. It's enough. So,
Right.
all right. I don't want to take too much more time, but I want to give you guys this opportunity to share. One of your other videos here is 3 effective strategies to get more energy now. Could you share 3 effective strategies for our audience, you guys? What do you do to get more energy now? Philip, you're up.
Right here.
What's the main formula?
The main formula is E plus R.
No, MO.
Oh, of course, yeah. So energy is movement equals energy. M equals O. So
M equals O?
M equals O. I'll let Sarge keep talking, but majority of the crowd thinks in order to move, I need energy.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
So I would like to move more. I'd like to, people ask me all the time, where the hell you get all your energy, man? Where's this cat get all his energy? You know, he's supposed to be a freaking lasagna noodle, right? Well, he moves. So we got it backwards, that I need energy in order to move.
Okay.
If you start, so that's what Sarge was saying, movement equals energy. It's like a pendulum. Yes. You start moving, you start getting energy. So
you can't help but feel, right? You listen to a song you love and start dancing, right?
Well, yeah, probably. But this morning, when I woke up, I committed to doing a morning routine. I woke up real early, like 6 o'clock, and I was very sleepy. I really wanted to go back to bed. But I committed to waking up this early at this time, and I didn't want to flunk it. So instead, I started doing some push-ups. I did some squats, like some deep squats, and start moving around to get the chest up, and your back is straight, and
it's
your shoulders.
It's a big one.
Yeah, and you know what? I did not want to go back to bed. I'm already up and running. And I started doing my gratitude, brushing my teeth, and the rest of my morning routine.
And what about your physiology? When you're feeling crappy, what happens when you're like this?
Oh, God, yes. So when you ever feel crappy, you have a big session of a depressive state, and you probably noticed that you were very sore, or not, didn't want to get out of bed, and maybe you just slouched.
Okay. So, and these guys are not suggesting you go do a killer 1-hour workout. Start with 5 minutes. Move something for 5 minutes, right, you guys? The energy's going to move.
Yeah, we're getting ready to post some videos on some simple, whatever. You call it shaking your arms. It doesn't matter. If you watch an animal when it wakes up in the morning, or a cat or a dog, it doesn't just go and just start walking off. He's 18, he can jump up and do push-ups. Yeah. You don't even necessarily have to do that. It's simple things like tightening your core, pulling your shoulders back, just moving a little bit. So if you watch it, stretching is So important. And nobody does it. And animals, when they get up, they move around and they start moving. What do? A lot of times we get out of bed. We phone, sit, coffee, that's it, right?
Yes.
I'm waiting for to kick in. Well, get moving. Get moving a little bit, and just some things like he was talking about that video real quick, the physiology, how the mind and the body are connected. You can slouch and you'll start feeling terrible. You pull up, you call it fake the funk, you call it whatever you want, it works. You're getting ready to go into an interview, you better pull your shoulders back, get your chin up, because they can feel it when you walk in the room. They can feel it. You walk in there, it doesn't matter if you don't know shit from Shinola. If you go in there like this and feeling good, you just might get it, All
right, so here's something for the audience. Go to the bathroom, brush your teeth, love something, and shake your booty. Like, move your hips in the figure 8. And I swear you'll probably start laughing because you never do it. And you're like, oh, I feel kind of sexy. Go, awesome. Shake your booty, move the booty, brush the teeth. You're going to start feeling different. All right.
You will. Well, sometimes I dance even early in the morning, while I'm doing something, waiting for something to go on. Just have a song playing on these headphones, which I have sometimes. And I don't care what I look like. Nobody can see me, first of all.
Right.
But it feels amazing. It's just doing something. I'm not like a dance guy. You can tell that probably by looking at me. I don't care. He knows it and I do. It's just like you said. I'm glad you mentioned that, Liz. Just kind of moving, because at the end of the day, you want to say I felt horrible today. It was a terrible day. Or just, you know what? I gave it a whirl. There's things happen, but I'm feeling okay. I got a little bit of confidence back. And that's what you're doing from that simple thing. A little bit of confidence back each day, because you're going to get back what you're putting out. Yes.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up here, but I do want to share how you can connect. I highly recommend you connect with Chief and Sarge on their YouTube channel, and we're going to share the link to that on this video once we get the official one. I'm not going to share it yet because it's not comprehensible, because it's a funky URL, but I will share it at this point. So you guys can go subscribe to Chief and Sarge on their YouTube channel, and you can see all these quickie videos they're putting together to align you guys with feeling better and understanding how am I going to feel better. And I can tell you right now, I study this consciousness stuff, and every one of us goes through something that's transcendent. And these two hold the vibration of transcendence from suffering in their own lives in one way or another to overcoming that. And Albert Einstein has a great quote, and he's, a genius in the whole metaphysical realm. So his quote is, you cannot solve a problem from the level of consciousness that created it. So bottom line is, we all we're all in our own heads. We're creating from our own level of consciousness. You got to get out of there, even though, Chief and Sarge are going to send you back into your own power. Sometimes you need to be in the presence of higher consciousness, which is what these guys are offering, and why I'd recommend you, if you resonate with them as a couple, a cute couple, father, dad, then you're gonna want to listen in, because their level of consciousness on this topic is likely higher than your own, and that's how you make the shift. So, you guys, such an honor to have both of you. I love that you're a father-son team. You make a great team, and you can also check out their website at wholeenergynow.com and at the Mind Body Spirit Network /Harold-Peck JR. You can find them there too, which I'll share all these URLs. And if you feel free to comment. If you're on YouTube, you can comment below in the YouTube channel or on our blog, wherever you see us, Facebook, we're going to be everywhere. We'd love your feedback, and you can connect with Harold and his son in the links below. Thank you, Harold and Philip.
Hey, thanks, Liz. In case nobody's ever told you this, thank you for being born.
Oh! I think I needed to hear that.
Yeah, you're making the world a better place just by talking. Thank you.
I thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you.